Welcome to World Big Video, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are every day. People like to welcome y'all to the show. Another shooting. The usual suspect. The usual motive. And it all leads to a dead end, which is death. I can't believe, I'm sorry, y'all, I apologize. I can believe what I'm seeing with my own eyes and what I'm hearing with my own ears. For black people, this is nothing new. Racism in America? I told you all once before that a lot of the Europeans that came to America worship their god Odin, which is the god of war, right? You all are in a war and don't even realize it. One obstacle that gets in your way is, I'm sorry, is your good Rev who tells you you have to love everybody. You know, one day we all gonna get along, white and black, and it's a segment out there that hates you just because you are you. And there's nothing you can do about it. But protect and prepare yourselves. It's gonna take organization. It's gonna take a certain type of knowledge. Not when I speak on the NOI, I talk about Minister Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and what have you. I'm not talking about the persona of the men. I'm talking about the message that they deliver that we need in this time to save our lives. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about idol worshiping or worshiping someone just because who they are or any status that they carry. I'm not speaking on any such things, right? I'm simply talking about what we can do to protect ourselves and the knowledge that we need in order to protect ourselves. You can't do this thing without knowledge. I'm sorry, you can try, but it's not going to happen, right? You can't do it without knowledge, because knowledge prepares you. Knowledge gives you a base, a foundation on what to stand on, because you know what's coming and you know what to look for and you know what to expect. So then you can prepare to protect yourselves. But without knowledge, you just walking in the dark, and one with knowledge is just shooting at you. Right. Because you've been fed on a diet of a fairy tale diet. You think that there's somebody flying around up in the sky, you know, looking out for your best interest. A mystery God. No. Everything is real. Hell and heaven are conditions that you create for yourself. But of course they wanted you to look up in the sky for salvation while they control everything on the ground. The wealth, the resources, money, gold, diamonds, you name it, right? That's why Malcolm said, and I keep repeating it, you've been hoodwinked, you've been had. But it's time out for all of that. Now look, 8 killed in Atlanta area massage parlor shooting. 21-year-old in custody, right? Now, this happened about 6 hours ago, right? This was in Woodstock, Georgia. Shootings at 2 massage parlors in Atlanta and one in the suburbs left 8 people dead. Many of them women of Asian descent, authorities said Tuesday, which is today. A 21-year-old man was taken into custody in Southwest Georgia hours later after a manhunt, right? It continues. But, you know, it took, look, And I understand. Think about it. You got white people that's in high authority in the police department, right? And they don't want to come out and say that domestic terrorism is the number one threat, because they know that's pointing the finger at white men such as themselves. So since it's part of the white race, of course they're gonna protect their own. It's always been that way. They had a white camaraderie since forever in America, since America was formed. White people looked out for each other. White people didn't tell on each other. White people could have Klan members at their Thanksgiving table and wouldn't say nothing. And everybody knows this. I'm not saying nothing new. I'm just saying that people that's in authority in the policing department don't like to come out and condemn members of their own race. They got to be forced, and people got to come out and say, hey, man, you got to do something about this, because you killing tax-paying citizens. You killing human beings. And they for to come out and say, well, Trump damn sure didn't want to say it. It's good on both sides. And man, these people are killing people, man. What are you talking about? Right? Okay. And hints was made that stuff like this was going to start taking place. And the people, oh my God, especially black people, as I stated, have been fed on a fairy tale diet, thinking that all we got to do is love one another and everything will be okay. But love is reciprocal. If you love, somebody got to love you back. What's the purpose? The big thing about it. Think if you was in a relationship and you love that person, but that person didn't love you. How long will you be like, you know what, the hell with you? I'm not finna give you my all and you giving me nothing. You walking out the door. It's just a matter of time. So it is what it is. Right. Wow. Atlanta Police Chief Rodney Bryant said 3 people were killed at a spa in northeast Atlanta, while a 4th person was killed at another spa across the street. He said all 3 victims were female, and it appears that they may be Asian. Cherokee County Sheriff's Captain Jay Baker said they believe 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long is also the suspect in the Atlanta shooting. And you all can guess who he is. We can guess his nationality. You can guess his race. You can guess his color. You know the MO. We don't even have to say it. You already know who it is. Atlanta police officers responding to a call of a robbery in progress at one spa around 5:50 p.m. found 3 women dead from apparent gunshot wounds, police said. While they were at the scene, they learned of a call reporting shots fired at another spa across the street and found a woman who appeared to have been shot dead inside the business. Early in the afternoon, authorities in Cherokee County said 5 people were shot at a young Asian massage parlor in Ackworth, about 30 miles north of Atlanta. 2 of the victims were dead, and 3 were transported to a hospital where 2 of them also died, Baker said. The suspect was captured by surveillance video pulling up to the business around 4:50 p.m. Tuesday, minutes before the shooting, authorities said. I mean, think about it. This is calculated, man. This is warlike tactics. This is who had these businesses in sight and knew the distance from each other and knew the time to go and to let loose, get as many couches as he can, and he's ready for this. He don't care about getting caught. He ready. He's a soldier for what he believes in. It's an ideology out there. While you're around here talking about nonsense and the next this and that, man, it's really going down. But forgive me, I know you got to eat. I know you got to make money. I'm just saying, how can I put this? I'm saying, with the scope of knowledge and the capacity of knowledge that the brain can carry, you can also include awareness and self-protection in your sphere of knowledge. You can also include reality in your sphere of knowledge. You can also include that it's a war going on out in these streets inside your sphere of knowledge, and make sure you are on the alert. Right? You walk in your block, you walk in your street, you walking from your front door to the driveway to your car, you walking from your apartment down the stairs to your vehicle in a perfect manner, keeping always on the alert. You looking around you. You on your post. Okay. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office shared photos of the suspected shooter and their vehicle on Facebook. Captain Baker said Robert Aaron Long of Woodstock, Georgia, was taken into custody in Crisp County on Tuesday night, about 150 miles south of Atlanta. Authorities was not immediately releasing the gender or race of the victim, Baker said. With 2 shootings at massage parlors in Atlanta and the knowledge of the Ackworth shooting, Atlanta police said they dispatched officers to check nearby similar businesses and increase patrols in the area. Right? Why? Why was he attacking Asian businesses? People are dying. White people are dying. Trump came out and said it's the Chinese flu. I don't mean to laugh, but this next one was kind of funny, but it was ridiculous. And he called it the Kung flu. Not Kung Fu, but the Kung flu. I mean, come on, man. An adult went in the media to the world and called the coronavirus the Kung flu. Wow, ridiculous. Now, Asian people of Asian descent, I want y'all to hear me well, though, right? You got to hear me well. There's going to be black people. There's going to be brown people who's going to come out and say, hey, we condemn racism and violence against any human being. Black people will be at the forefront fighting on behalf of racism against the Asian community, right? Y'all know that. And Asians, what I want you all to do, get involved in the black cause. What I want you to do. Ban that racist commercial y'all got in China, or that white or that Asian female throwing a black man in a washing machine, threw some detergent in there, and he came out in Asian, and he said, now he's clean. Oh my God. Condemn the racist practice that's going on in Africa. Right? Condemn this caste system-like mentality that you all picked up from India with the caste system and dealing with black and brown people. Right? Stop thinking you better. Because really, honestly, I'm saying, black people don't see you as being in no hierarchy. We see you all on the same page and the same level. Right? So you got to cut that out. Cut it out, But I guarantee you, the black officials in Georgia will stand strongly and condemn any form of racism on the behalf of the Asian community. We just saying, do the same thing when it comes to racism against black people. Right? Because black folks, we know who you're dealing with. We already know what we dealing with, and we know who you dealing with. You can try to cuddle up and act like you in, but trust me, we know. We seen this. Is just like with Meghan Markle. People was like, they can do Meghan Markle that certain way, she's mulatto, or you worried about the color of her child's skin. I mean, what's good? Racism is racism is racism is racism. No matter how light you are, how dark you are, you're gonna get the same treatment. So kill that. What does they call it? Damn, what's the term for that? I know it's coming to me. Kill that. Well, I can't think of it, but it's within the race where of where you think you better than the next because your skin a little darker, your skin a little lighter, and you stick your chest out like you really doing something. When your real enemy sitting back calling all y'all niggas, no matter what the shade is, it's ridiculous. But it is what it is, a colorist, that's the term. It's ridiculous for anybody black in the black community to even associate or call themselves I'm a colorist. I mean, it's funny, man. You have two broke people arguing over color, hollering about they colorists. When you take that to the bank, they'll try to do something with that. It's asinine, but it goes on. But we gotta work that out between the race. We gotta get rid of all that shit. But I'm simply saying, right, there's a mentality and an ideology that's being taught behind the scenes against what they call people of color, right? What they call people of color. And black and brown in particular needs to wise up. Asians gotta wise up. I had one the other day, matter of fact, right? I'm in the business. I'm not gonna say the business name, but I'm dropping off something, right? And the paperwork wasn't filled out all the way. Well, what happened was I printed out the paperwork, but I left one behind. So he like, oh, what? You don't have the other paperwork? How do I know you're not trying to cheat me? I'm like, why in your mindset would you automatically assume someone was trying to cheat you, right? You carrying over that same narrative that racists have put on black people, and now here you are acting out on it against a black person, and you use the term cheat when all I did was went to the printer, printed it out, and gave it to him. And I said, look, bro, we don't do that. Right. We highly intelligent. I really wanted to get down on him, right? But when I told him, wait a minute, we don't do things like that, right? You could tell his demeanor changed. He, bro, now he want to lighten up, right? And, calm down a little bit. But, they buy into the negative stereotypes that's given to us by those directors who want to see us portray certain roles. They put in the media, people watch the shows, and they say, yep, it sums us up, sums the black man up. And we're going to go into it on another show deeper on the imagery and why they putting certain images out on black men, man. There's a purpose behind this thing, man. We got to wake up to a lot that's going on. But, this story reminds me of Dylan Root going in the church shooting up 9 black people. Here go one go all Asian massage parlors killing Asian women. Right? And they're going to bring up the rhetoric from Trump, who got his soldiers out there And they armed and dangerous and ready. These race soldiers for real. They don't mind killing. They don't mind getting killed. They don't mind doing time. It's a reason behind that too, which we got to get into it. Verbal Pick Radio. We're out.